in Inglewood, California. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Taylor and the LA Chargers taking on and the Denver Broncos.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return.
Chargers now get ready for their opening possession as they feature at quarterback in his 10th season in the NFL, Tyrod Taylor.
Many in the outside world see Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback since the Chargers moved on from Phillip Rivers and drafted Justin Herbert. But head coach Anthony Lynn, he sees much more than that. They were together as play caller and quarterback in Buffalo when they went to the playoffs. And Coach Lynn believes that Tyrod Taylor can replicate that in Los Angeles.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
37-yard.
Brand, I'll guarantee you most NFL fans can tell you who led the NFL in running back catches last year. That was Christian McCaffrey. But who was number 2? It's this guy, Austin Eckler. And now, with Melvin Gordon in Denver, he gets a great opportunity to be a true number 1. Look for his talents to really emerge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Taylor a handoff, it's Eckler. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
47-yard line.
fake to Eckler. Now here's Taylor. They'll buy some time right. Taylor hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Taylor and the Chargers come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Yard line.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Eckler. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Taylor, and this one complete to Virgil Green. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Taylor. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Chargers 0.
Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw again is Taylor. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round. Ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll look to throw right away. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Lock working out of the gun. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 44-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's the third-year running back, Philip Lindsay. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Now Lock on the bootleg. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Nick Vigil gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Lock on the give. It's Lindsay. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. No escape for Lock, and he'll go down. Jerry Tillery drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
The Broncos' new signee for 2020, Sam Martin, former Lion, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Taylor over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Taylor. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Anthony Lynn went for it but did not get it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. Open man, he completes it to Judy. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lock. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 24. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
From the gun, Locke got some room at the 30. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
The 30-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Locke throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Lock. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor will find Williams on the slant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Operating from the gun. Taylor got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Taylor. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Block, and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll throw from the gun. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Melvin dropping the hammer off the edge. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Block now to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Plays and out. It's 4th down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lock. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lock. He's got his man on the crossing route. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Lock. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, it's Locke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Locke's trying to hurry him up with that clock running. To throw is Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant on the touchdown pass from Drew Lock. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25.
L.A. readies for its next possession. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Here's Taylor. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Taylor. A scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now it's Taylor. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Taylor to throw. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Get his 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Taylor will turn and call a timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. After the turnover, here's Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's got some space here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus.
A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Joe Reed returning.
Today's final score.
Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.